Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective weekend reading for Friday, February 14th, 2025 to February 16th. All right, I've already cut the deck and gotten it all ready and shuffled for today. If you like these readings, please like, comment, subscribe. You know, the usual. Ring the bell in case you want to be notified. I'll be using the Ethereal Visions Tarot today. So let's see what we have. Eight of Wands, something's moving quickly towards some kind of thought of fulfillment. There's some consideration necessary. I'm going to just... Okay, so the Queen of Wands, she's the queen. I guess I'll read in threes today because of the bigger deck, but this is fast forward movement, thought about something having to do with fulfillment. The salmon of knowledge in the cup, it's self-knowledge. It's what makes you feel purposeful, right? Queen of Wands is the fire in that quandary. She's the mother, the overseer of the hearth fire. So she's a nurturer, just like all of the queens, but she nurtures based on... how do I say this? She nurtures the part of you that needs to keep going, that needs to keep fueling yourself, okay? During any kind of difficulty, during happy times, doesn't matter. She's the light within, right? She's the overseer of that hearth fire inside. The Knight of Swords, that's moving towards a new mental direction, new idea. The Tower... and the Two of Swords. It does seem that this weekend may bring up a choice point, but I feel like many of these points will be coming up over the next couple of years, especially considering the astrology. Over the next couple of years, it's as we move further into the Pluto and Aquarius experience, there's going to be a lot of things that fall away, things that need to be restructured, decisions that need to be made. This one looks to be a difficult one, maybe. I say that because of the Two of Swords. She has to make the decision blind, but what she's unaware of at this point is that there's a third option. And that's the beauty of the Two of Swords card, is that in the traditional deck, she's wearing a belt that has three symbols on it. It's that three that actually is the clarifier, okay? So this is, I would say, present, where we're moving quickly towards something and we find out that there's some, kink in the plan, so to speak, or what's the actual word I'm looking for? There's something getting in the way that needs to fall apart in an effort for clarity to be gained. Nine of Pentacles, walking through your garden of riches. Ten of Swords. Okay. I'm starting to see what this is, what this story might be telling us. Okay. And then the Eight of Cups. Right. So there's a bit of a melancholy present in these cards. And the thing about melancholy is that sometimes it obscures this, that we really have everything we need, all the resources we need, all the support we need to get through this process, which is the end of a painful self-inflicted cycle. So it's kind of like the original trauma, or the original event, if it wasn't a trauma, with the Ten of Swords, it usually is. But the original event there was perpetuated or carried forward, and that's the cycle. The perpetuation internally, mentally, and the carrying that pain forward is what is ending. So something very individual, I would say, something very personal is resolving over the next few days into the next week, simply because we decide to walk towards something more fulfilling for us. That Page of Cups, that Eight of Cups, it's all about how do we keep ourselves going when we are having to get rid of or walk away from or deal with the falling apart of something that used to hold us up. How do we rely on the support and the resources that we actually have instead of deciding, Two of Swords, to maintain the grief out of a sense of identity or identification with it. This is a very, I would say, deeply mental and emotional process, as opposed to some of the other readings that have come up over the past couple of weeks, which have been more external. This is very much reading to me as something shifting inside of a collective, whether it's, a bunch of individuals or a collective as a whole. The new offer, the new reality, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, contentment, and the Three of Swords, the light behind the heartbreak. I know that people tend to see the Three of Swords as a heartbreak card, okay? But in most decks, there's yellow in the image. In this one, it's all blue and purple, but the original meaning of the card was to focus on the yellow behind the image, behind the swords, as the light, the hope coming forward after the processing of the heartbreak. The thing about the three being surrounded by the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups tells me that there's this mental aspect, again, swords, thoughts. There's this mental sort of clarity coming through past this sort of ancient, almost, and I say ancient meaning in our own lives, so personally ancient, heartbreak that we've been carrying forward for a really, really long time. So as we process that heartbreak and we start to see the hope behind it, or the hope past it, which is what we're actually looking at, is the moving past it part, we start to see the existence of this new Ace of Pentacles reality, this new offer, this new stability that's presented, that is actually a close-held wish. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So something gets achieved. Something here gets processed, felt through, ended, and then resolved. Because by the end of this reading, we have processed the loss. We are now thinking in different terms, right? So that Four of Cups, we are now thinking of the dream. We've moved on. We've moved on from the loss. And even though the 5 and the 4 seem, are chronologically reversed here, when you're telling the story of the Cups, the 4 is the dream and the 5 is the loss of the dream, But the loss seems to actually set you up for a new dream, a new quandary, a new idea, a new sense of fulfillment. What can be had after this? And the Lovers, again, the choice, as it was originally called, is the choice to partner with something. The choice of, what do I bond with? What do I choose to work with? What I love about the Lovers as a final point here is that there's a resignation in the Lovers. There's a joyful resignation there. So whatever you're processing this weekend, just know that by the end of it, you will feel resolved. Or at least you have the opportunity for that, according to this story, which, it's all symbolic, so take it for what it is. But you have the opportunity to retell, rewrite your own story here. And personally, I like that opportunity. I think it's a wonderful choice. Maybe it's time to tell a new version of who you are. All right, this is good. I like this. I'm going to leave it here. All right, well, have a good weekend, everyone. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to anyone who's celebrating today. And I will see you on Monday. Bye.